Alright guys, I'm here with a bit of information for Dragon Ball Legends. So, we finally got the reveal of what the next few units we'll be getting in the game will be. Again, based off of the cryptic message that we got a few days ago. Remember that they were hyping this up, saying, make sure that you're here like at this time to see the reveal of the character. Well, that time has passed, and we now know who they are. So, note that this is from the official Twitter account, the official Facebook page, the official YouTube channel, and the official Instagram account as well. So, obviously the first unit is none other than Android 18. We already knew that because of the cryptic message. It was very, very easy to, figure out. I don't know if she's a sparking unit or an EX though. It actually seems like she's a sparking unit, but I will get into that later. But it actually does seem like she's a sparking unit. But the one thing that they were hyping up, the main unit that they were hyping up the most, remember the one that they're telling us to stay up for or to, be up at this time to check out, was none other than an LF Android 17 from the Universe Survival Saga. Now, I have a few thoughts about all this. Now, notes, before I actually get into this, I just want to state that, again, I have no qualms with Android 18 or Android 17, right? Like, they are cool characters, right? And I'm very sure that they are going to be solid units. I significantly doubt that they will be bad, especially after how they were hyping them up. I doubt that they will be bad, or at least I'm praying that they won't be bad. But before I start breaking down the literally minuscule amount of info that we have, what I will say though is I think that this reveal was executed extremely poorly. And the reason being is because, the thing with Android 18, again, cryptic message, that's fine. But with Android 17, you can't sit there and like scream, fan favorite from Universe 7, Android 17 is coming through, or whatever the case may be, when the community has been screaming for the past few months now. When it comes down to that particular, saga, we would like to see an LF Kefla. We would like to see an LF Hit. We would like to see all of that, right? And obviously, Hit and Kefla are cool characters. I don't think they're anniversary tier characters in that regard, right? Because there are definitely bigger things that they can use for anniversaries than Hit and Kefla. So if they wanted to give us LF units before then, that would have been the best opportunity to do so. Now, I'm not saying that I'm setting my standard to that, but definitely not to the point where you're making this big spiel for it to only be Android 17 and him getting an LF. So, those are just my personal thoughts. I know there's people out there who do like Android 17. I know there are people out there that are hyped for the unit. That's perfectly fine. Me personally, I think that this was one of the most underwhelming reveals for an LF unit we have ever received. And again, we're entering year 5 of the game. So that's just my initial thoughts about all of that. Now, there is another reason as to why this is underwhelming as well. And the main thing is because the announcement video showed us quite literally nothing. And what I mean by that is with Android 18, the only thing we know is that her special move has blast armor. That's it. Her special move has blast armor and her special skill is a power up. That's it. That is all we know about that unit. There are no details whatsoever to actually be able to figure out anything more about her kit as of right now. And again, like I said, she could be an absolutely phenomenal unit. We just don't know, because they didn't give us any details with this video at all. Not even much gameplay to really break down, if you will. But all we know is with Android 18, her special move has blast armor and her special skill is a power up. That's it. But because she has blast armor, it's making me think that she might be a sparking unit, because I don't think there's many EX units with blast armor like that. So there might be a few, a very select few, but usually when it comes down to blast armor, it's given to sparking units. So again, that's just an assumption. She still could be an EX, but again, she could be a sparking as well. Now with Android 17, it's even less so, because in the video it's even less so. because in the video we only saw his LF, which we know that his ultimate attack has blast armor. So there's that, but that's the only detail we got from the video. Again, the only other source of information for Android 17 is on the official Instagram account. They didn't put this on Twitter, they didn't put it on Facebook, they didn't even put it on YouTube. They only put out these details on Instagram as of right now. So I guess the post says, Legends Limited Android 17 is coming. This character has a special unique gauge that charges anytime an ally, including this character, is hit by an arts attack. Plus, when the unique gauge is full, various effects will activate, such as sealing the enemy's main ability for 15 timer counts. This all comes together to make Android 17 a truly ferocious blast attacker. That's the problem right there. So the unique gauge is cool. I just want to put that out there. The unique gauge is cool, right? Because obviously it revolves around him being able to sabotage the opponent in some sort of way, shape, or form, one of which being the ability to seal their main ability. That is actually a really powerful ability, especially because it gets sealed for 15 timer counts. That is not a short amount of time. That's actually really, really good. So imagine like pairing him with somebody who can be able to take advantage of something like that, right? So that's honestly going to be a solid unique ability, or not unique ability, sorry, unique gauge ability. That's going to be really good. The other things that will actually take effect when it gets full, we don't know yet. We have no details, but for what we know, that's actually pretty solid, especially against the likes of Beast Gohan, Ultra Gogeta, heck, even Pan, because Pan's main ability is really annoying, because again, she gets a special skill and a guaranteed special move. So yeah, being able to seal all of that is actually pretty good. Now, the big issue with this is, and this has been something that has been stated not only by myself, but obviously other content creators, a lot of people in the community. This is something I think we can all agree on. Him being a blast unit is not good, because we are currently in a meta where not only are the strongest units in the game having blast armor, but blast armor is so prevalent that you can't really have teams based off of units with blast arts, because if you do so, they're already at a massive disadvantage, because you have to try to usually bait the opponent and land blast without blast armor tanking through all of that, and then you ending up getting comboed. Like, this is something that has been noted like all over the place. This isn't just like my thoughts, literally darn near everybody's thinking this. So like, they tried to mitigate that with Trunks and Vegeta by giving them an absurd damage boost through blast armor, but that can only do so much, because yes, you do a lot of damage through blast armor, but you still will end up getting comboed because they can still tank through the blast. Like, and don't even get me started on blast nullification, even though that's, you know, very rare. There's only a few units that have that, but that's even worse in the sense of, like, obviously being a better ability than blast armor, because blast nullification, you tank through all the blasts and you literally take no damage. But again, only a few units have that ability. So with Android 17 being a range type, he's already at a massive disadvantage in this meta. Again, you have blast armor, not to mention you still have the top 2 units in the game, bar none, being able to cover both blast and strike arts. So already that's another disadvantage, and with one of the units, one of the top units in the game in particular, being able to utilize his unique gauge to counter blasts. So this unit is at a massive disadvantage by default, and God forbid if they make this unit red, because if he's a red unit, then he could potentially be dead on arrival, in my opinion. The reason why I believe that is because Beast Gohan is still one of, if not the best unit in the game. Again, I understand like it's interchangeable between him and Gogeta, but Beast Gohan is still one of the top units in the game, and for good reason. And then on top of that, imagine this unit was red and being a range type. He would literally be dead on arrival unless he goes element neutral for darn near the entire match, his LF is darn near guaranteed to wipe out a unit if it lands, or nullifies endurance, or whatever the case may be. So they have really got to make this Android 17 a good unit, because based off of the information we've gotten so far, his unique gauge is good. It's cool that he's in LF, and it's cool that his ultimate attack has blast armor. That's all fine and good, but with his typing, he's at a serious disadvantage. But I do want to know what you guys think about all this in the comment section below. Were you guys expecting it to be Android 17? Were you expecting it to be somebody else from Universe 7? Or whatever the case may be? Again, let me know in the comment section below. But with that being said, I'm Ndukauba. Like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.